Where's my sharpening stone? This is no good. Need my stone. Where are you then? Gouge is a little bit on the blunt side. I thought it was in the kitchen. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it. But, pardon me. Ah. Let's give that a go. Let's see if I can do it. Oil on the hands. You stop cuts in. Otherwise, I'm going to go too far. Cut the stop cut. Bosh. Oh ho ho. Your appearance or what you get from it. What? Can you make that make sense, please? Your appearance or what you get from you. What? Too early in the morning for that sort of stuff. What are you going on about? Stop speaking in code. Write something. Write a sentence, please. Crikey. Happy baby. Stop talking to fucking Yoda. Your appearance or what you get from you. What? It just doesn't make any sense. Try again. Whoa, whoa, there's an elephant over there. Sorry about that. Elephant. Your appearance or what you get from you. Young Padawan. In English? Can you do it in English? Well, it is English, but it's nonsensical English. Write it in English or I won't understand. Let me explain, please do. Your appearance is taken away from you. Yeah, okay, cool. You're still making no sense at all. My appearance is taken away from me. Somebody's taken my appearance away. But surely if someone took my appearance away, I haven't appeared in the first place, so how can I appear? How can I have an appearance? Well, no. I really don't know what you're cracking at, Sunshine. What are you going at? Oh, so it says shut up. If you don't like my talking, you can just go like that and scroll on to another thing. You don't have to watch me. It's easy enough. Shut up. Shut up. That'd make a good tattoo, actually. Shut up. Some people are lacking in sense of humour. It's Christmas. I'm sure they'll be selling them at the local Sainsbury's. Shut up. Just remember, if you can't think of anything intelligent to say, just say, shut up. Yeah, just don't say anything. That's the best bet. You don't have to be here, mate. If you don't like it and you're watching it, there's something definitely gone wrong there. Oh, I don't like you, but I'm going to keep watching you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up. I don't know, they're gone, they're still there. And apparently my parents have been taken away from me. I don't know what they're going on about, so they tell me to shut up. Strange world we live in nowadays, isn't it? People don't say what they mean or mean what they say, and then when you ask them a question, they tell you to shut up. Unfortunately, not many people can tell me to do things. There's only a handful of people who tell me what to do, or could suggest to tell me what to do. And you are definitely not one of them, I'm afraid. I'm just sitting here doing some artwork, making things look nice. You know, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. It's like not watching. It's like not liking football and watching the football. I hate football, but I go and watch football all the time. It's weird, isn't it? You have the choice. The ball is in your park, or court, as they say. That is 150% down to you. Apparently, I should shut up. What, my own live stream? I don't think so. What am I carving? I'm carving a Christmas elf. Somebody wanted me to do that. Yeah, I'll do Father Christmas next. This beard, this bit of wood isn't big enough for the beard, so I'm going to do a little elf, a wee one. Well, I'm just putting in some stop cuts at the moment, so I don't take his face off, which is reasonable, I must say. And this was an axe handle that I messed up, but it seemed the perfect size to do a little elf on it. A little elf, feel a little bit unelfy. Just remember, elf is wealth. Still don't know what they mean. Your appearance is taken away from you. Your appearance is taken away from you. I don't know. I don't give a fuck if I look good or not. Fucking hell. 40 years old, I've got no teeth, no hair, a big beard, I look like a hobo. I don't care. If I cared, I'd do something about it, wouldn't I? I'd comb my beard and trim it all up and paint my nails and all that sort of stuff, you know? Get into fashion. And if you're a bloke and you're worried about my appearance, well, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. I'm assuming they've gone. Maybe they were talking to themselves. Shut up. And then they just disappeared. What do we reckon? What do we think? It's a lovely Monday morning. It's going to rain later. And then tomorrow it's going to be -4. Lovely weather. Sitting there doing my carving. Oh. Might not be very good at carving, but I'm definitely good at being facetious. I subscribe to you. Thank you very much. I'm just carving like a little Christmas elf at the moment. I do a lot of carving in my life. It's going to look something like that, but with a pointy hat or something like that. Just doing a little elf. Doing a little elf. Stop being rude. I'm not being rude. Can I see it? Not at the moment. It's strapped to the table. When I pick it up in a minute, you can. Stop being rude. No. There we go. Does that answer your question? Was that a question or was that a demand? I'm not being rude. No, not you. The other person in the chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair play. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. Thank you. Yeah. I was going to say I was just answering some foolish person. They wrote something nonsensical. Completely didn't understand what they're going on about. So I asked them, "What are you going on about?" They wrote it again, and it was still completely nonsensical. They didn't actually. They just sort of rewrote it. They didn't actually give me a description of what they were going on about. And, I just said, this, if you can rewrite it in a sentence, please, that would be quite handy. Let me know what you're actually going on about. And they told me to shut up. And I ain't going to shut up. It's my stream. Yeah, this is an axe handle that I messed up, but there we go. I'm just cutting a stop cut around the outside. I hate people like that, man. Yeah, hate's a strong word. I think they're just idiots, and you've got to feel sorry for them at the end of the day. But I don't particularly hate anyone really. There's a few things that I hate, but there's not people that I hate really. If they want to be rude, they want to be rude. That's their prerogative. At the end of the day, they come across as a rude person. They're the only ones making themselves look stupid. I'm just being me and doing my thing. And if they want to be rude to me or try and be rude or obtuse, I just literally just carry on with what I'm doing. Just get on with it. That's what I do. What's my name? My name is bushcraftsussex. How do you do? Bum, 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 bum. With a bit of a tappy tap tap. What is your name? What is your favorite color? What is the wind speed velocity of an unladen swallow? The huggle. Oh, that was Imperial Death March there. Let's do some stop cuts. Taking off some wood. I need to make a new maul. Really, I think this one's a bit knackered now. Taking a few beatings. Use a hardwood next time, I think. Maybe I could go down the beach and get some ironwood or some heartwood. Then how would I carve heartwood? Not with this anyway, I don't think. Stuff's rock solid. Right, so we've sort of got something going on now. Over here. Morning, how's it going? Good morning, good morning. Stop cut. Let's do a stop cut. Might as well be working upside down on this side. Don't chop his beard off. Some stop cut. But up 3 hours later, oh no. Still, if you ain't got anything to do, well, I suppose you have because you're late, but if you haven't got anything to do, it's not too bad. I woke up well early this morning. I think I ate something dodgy last night. Maybe too much chocolate, I think, probably was the downfall. And what, I ate 2 cupcakes covered in butter icing. And I ate half a pack of biscuits about 20 minutes before I went to bed. And then when I laid down, my stomach was like, which is probably a bad idea. I ate a bowl of cereal this morning. It's a bit wonky. I had a mad one Saturday. Going kitchen into a road. Head still on the wall. Oh, savage, man. I haven't done anything like that for a very long time. I can't drink anymore. I think in this year, I've probably drunk, alcohol-wise, maximum of about 3 pints of cider over the year. Which is annoying, because I used to drink about 4 of them a day. But you get old, you get health conditions and things happen. You can't do it anymore. Spent a lot of time getting on it, and then it all catches up with you. And then you end up in a right old state. Falling to bits. End up going to the hospital all the time. Strawberry cider was the cheapest. I don't drink any of that, mate. I like my flat farmhouse cider, you know, the one that's like 9% with bits in it. That's my sort of cider. I don't like all the fruit flavoured ones. I'm not really a fan of it. I like Aspel, Stowford Press, maybe a Scrumpy Jack or 2, Apple Jam, Jack Ratton, those sort of ciders. Not all these blooming Copperberg things that have just got all the flavouring added afterwards. They don't taste very nice. Because if you like brewed cider with strawberries in it when you brewed it, it wouldn't taste the strawberries. It just tastes like alcohol. But yeah, it's personal preference at the end of the day. But I prefer raw cider, the one that puts hairs on your hairs. Makes you go semi-blind in one of your eyes. Half a rat floating in it. Alright, let's try not to mess his nose up. Huh? I need a smaller gouge, really. I'm using a pretty decent sized gouge. Where's my V gouge? Let's go and get my V gouge. It's a crap V gouge. It's not really that great, to be fair. Bloody beaver tool or whatever it is, they're rubbish. Absolute pants. I look cheaper as well, skin. Got to burn off exercise now. Yeah, fair play, man. I just make your own, mate. There's I don't know where you are, but where I am, there's an absolute abundance of apple trees. I've got a cider press, so just press them up, brew them up. Laughing. And then all it costs you is, well, if you're making raw cider, you don't even have to put yeast in it. Just make sure you put like things like russets in there, so it's got a natural yeast in it, and it'll cost you nothing really, except for the price of the bottles. But you can reuse those every year, the demijohns. There's free alcohol everywhere, man. I made 4 gallons of slow wine one year, 8 gallons of blackberry wine, and the slow wine was 17%, and the blackberry wine was probably about 9, 10, something like that. Absolutely getting smashed. And that cost me the time of walking around picking up blackberries off of bushes, which is free. But is my V gouge actually doing its job for once? Fingers crossed. Crab apples, nice. Black cider. Every Christmas. Well, it tastes great up. Ah, fair play, man. Yeah, I suppose it'd be pretty bitter if you just put in crab apples in. Normally have to mix them up. I mean, a decent cider's got at least 3 different types of apple in there. You need the different types for the different flavours and complements and the things that they do to the cider. But you can make alcohol out of crab apples. You just probably have to put quite a bit of sugar with it to kick it off, because they're not very sweet in the brewing process. I live near a big castle, and the lord, the duke that lives in the castle, has a lot of apples, a lot of orchards. And when they cut them down and built the houses, they left loads of them everywhere. So there's just probably about 100 apple trees around here within a couple of mile radius. Quite a few, so it's free and easy pickings. But you can make grog out of them. You just got to put a lot of sugar with them. When I've put crab apples inside of mixed with other apples, give it a different flavour. Right, turn my hand to broom on there. There's no that much I can make it very soon. I need space for a few weeks. Yeah, man. Get a couple of demijohns, gallon size demijohns. Demijohns. You can even get the plastic ones. To be fair, you don't even have to buy the glass ones. But this is what's left of my sloe gin. But you can get one of those big boys. Is there even any gin left in there? Oh, a little bit. But you can get the old demijohns. Put a fermentation lock on the top. And you're laughing. Probably make wine out of those, to be fair now. I don't know if the percentage would hit a high percentage, but it might do. Isn't that how they make port, I think, isn't it? Port is made from old wine, I think. You're from the land of port. How do they make port? No idea. Morning, mate. How's it going? I don't like port either, to be honest with you. No, I'm not really a winey, porty sort of person. Look at that, sticks. Made myself a bopper. Watching them making chili sauce, so no typing. Fair play, man. I made a bopper for flint napping. It works. The flint I've got is absolutely horrendous. It just smashes to pieces. Yo, what is that? That's a part of a deer antler. The bottom part of a deer antler, and it's for napping flint. So if you want to break off flakes to make blades for flint, you use that and takes a piece off. I did make a video yesterday, but I'm going to wait a couple of days just to see, let the videos spread out a little bit. How's it going, bro? I'm not too bad. How are you doing? 83 Duff beer. Duff beer's better than Fud. But yeah, it's a bopper. Bit of reindeer antler. Now this is a pressure flaker. Well, it's not. It's a tine off of a reindeer antler, but it'll be used as a pressure flaker. I'll sand that up into a bit more of a point, and then you hold the arrowhead, and you can take tiny little bits off just for pressure flake. Take little flakes off. There's another tine there. I might actually carve that into something. And at the moment, I'm carving a Christmas elf. I've been asked to make a Christmas elf, so I'm going to carve a Christmas elf. Does it hurt? Does it hurt? What? What, when you're smashing flint? If you smack yourself in the knee, it'll probably hurt a bit. But yeah, good. Thank you. Started a new walking stick the other day. For a Christmas present. Awesome, man. Sweet as a nut. I love making walking sticks. I've made a few in my time. I do like a walking stick. I need to make some more, but I've got to go down the woods when I can get down to my mate's woods, and then I need to cut the sticks, and I need to leave them indoors for about 6 months, and then in the summer I can start carving them, because carving them green, just as soon as the temperature changes slightly, get a massive split down the middle of it, ruins your carving. It's your fault I was watching you on doing it. Quality, man. Definitely do it, man. It's it's good to do stuff like that, you know. It's good for the soul. And just gouging out a basic pattern for a Christmas elf, and bloody elf on the shelf. That's nothing. Yeah, there ain't no shelves in it. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I like it. I love a walking stick. Do you play games like Minecraft? To be honest with you, I don't actually mind playing Minecraft. I've got a PS5, but the last time I played on it was about 8 months ago. Um, I don't really play games. I do stuff like this. To be fair, um, I don't mind Minecraft. Minecraft's all right. To be fair, it's just sort of like playing Lego, isn't it? Really, it's all right. Yeah, it's it's sort of one of those things. I always end up falling asleep when I'm playing it. Though. I sit on the sofa, bloody piano music in the background. I don't mind it. I'm not really a gamer. As yours looks banging. Cheers, man. Thank you. I've got to make some more. I miss carving walking sticks. I have got a massive chunk of hazel in the shed with a natural twist on it, where a vine grew around it as it was growing. So it's got like a big burl on it, basically. But I'm going to use that as the stock for my crossbow. Oh, nothing come out of stuff. I'm going to use it as a stock for my crossbow. When I finish that, I should really be doing that. I should really get jobs finished. Oh, did that come off? No, that's absolutely fine. I can deal with that. I can work around that. That's just the initial cut. He's not going to have a moustache himself. What are we going to do? Do you want to hang it in the Christmas tree? I could make a giant one. I can stick it outside the door. How do I do the pattern? Well, I'll just sort of bodge it really, because when you draw the lines, they're just sort of like a guide. But that's sort of what I'm doing at the moment with the elf. I'm just basically getting his features. Let me show you his features. What are you trying to carve? Let me know what you're trying to carve. Good morning, dude. Been a couple of weeks since I had a minute to catch up. Morning, mate. How's it going, man? How is it going? Yeah, what do you want to carve, Duff Beer? Dang, it's big. It's not that big. These ones are a bit bigger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, the spiral pattern. I really should do a video like explaining it. It's a lot easier than you think. I don't measure anything. I'll just do things by eye. But so what I'll do is I'll get a stick, because this is a broken one that split because I brought it inside and it decided to do itself in. So what you do? There's a pencil. Get your stick. Get your pencil at an angle, and you hold your pencil like that, and you keep spinning the stick round until you've got a line. If you see, oh, there. I've been doing this a while, so I'll probably make it look a lot easier than it is. I've carved lots and lots and lots of spirals in things. It's kind of my thing. So you get your pencil, do a rough line. Right, so you probably can't see it. There's the line I've drawn, yeah? So it's going to go round, and it's going to follow the same angle all the way around. As you can see, it lines up there, yeah? Then what you do is you carve a groove in it like that. Here's a groove. Carve a groove all the way around. Once you carve the groove in it, you draw a line in between the line, in between the two grooves. Cheers, man. Yeah, you draw a line in between the two grooves that you cut, yeah? It's really hard to explain. I'm rubbish at explaining. I'm a rubbish teacher. But as they say, those who can do and those who can't teach. So yeah, we've got a line in between your two grooves. Then what you do is you get your knife and you carve a groove in between the two lines. I haven't got a knife on me, but you carve a groove in between the lines. So basically, you've got a groove in between the original groove. I get you. Don't worry. I appreciate the advice. And then what after that? All you do is you get your knife. I like to draw another line in between the grooves, and then I cut down that way into it, and then cut down that way into it, and it creates like a round or a point, depending on what you want to do. I'll do a more in-depth video on it. Because I've had a few people ask me now. Once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard. You can do stuff like that. Yeah, you got a definite style. I like your wizard stuff. Oh yeah, wizard stuff. Where is it? It's got a bag on top of it. There we go. Oh, it was caught on the bag in there. But ye olde wizard. This one was a bit harder because I had to. It was a big lump of hazel. But what I had to do was, morning, how's it going? What I had to do was carve in between the beard, basically, to make it look like a stick. You know, so it looks like it's actually wrapped around a stick instead of all over the place. That was the hard bit, trying to get it the right thickness. There it is. Do I have any particular interest in English history? I know a bit about English history. It depends what part of English history. I know a lot about the Aztecs, the Mexica. But that's not English, is it? But yeah, well, I know bits and bobs about English history. It depends what era. I know a lot about battles and warfare and stuff like that. But I'm no expert. But I do like history. I'm always watching history documentaries. Always. What I need to do is make myself a V block that's flat on the bottom, so I can clamp things down like this. I love that stuff. Cheers, man. It's awesome. I like my little walking stick that I cut off. I need to make another. My mum wants me to make one for my nan. With the barley twist on it. It just looks like someone's got two pieces of wood and twisted them together. That's one of my favourites. Are you okay? Because you're coughing like crazy. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm on some pretty hefty medication, and it dries the back of my throat out, and this tea just isn't cutting the cheese. I'll get a bottle of water in a minute. The medication I'm on gives me like a hair in the back of my throat. Makes me cough like a madman. Gotta love the Roman era. Found some wicked hammered coins while metal detecting. That's awesome, man. That's well cool. I love the old coins, man. There's a couple of Roman villas near me. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not ill or anything. The missus has got it. It's because I'm talking loads and I took my meds a couple of hours ago. So it's yeah, the old ramipril cough they call it. I'm on blood pressure medication because I've got a bad heart. So I've had this cough for about 5 years now. Best knife for carving? One that you like, one that fits your hand, one that's sharp. Best tools. This is my favourite gouge, and this is an antique one my mate picked up for me at a boat sale. It's got to be about 50, 60 years old, maybe even older. I don't even see what it's got on there. Maybe it's got a maker's mark on it, but it's JU something. Right. Oh, what old I know the bloke you're on about. He used to be called Captain Busybollocks, but he changed his name. I know the one you're on about. He does a lot of beam fitting and stuff like that, doesn't he? But yeah, good knife. If you're just starting off, get yourself a Mora. Mora knives are good. They're cheap. But get a cold steel one. Don't get a stainless steel one. Stainless steel ones are hard to keep an edge on. Opinel, whatever which way you want to say it. That's what I do on my spoons with, a little Opinel. They hold a really, really good edge. You can do a lot of detailed work with them. You get them in all different sizes. They're actually a lock knife that opens and closes. They're really, really good for carving. Yeah, Mora or Opinel. They're cheap. You know, you can pick up an Opinel knife for about 15 quid nowadays. They're really, really good. Oh, hang on, let's have a little bit more things. Oh, it's all working. Hey man, I love the content. I'm looking to start a bushcraft YouTube myself. Any advice that goes into this? I don't know. I'll just wing it, man. I'll just make videos and post them. Any advice? Just if you don't know what you're doing and you're learning something, your best bet is to say, I've never done this before, but watch me learn how to do it. You know what I mean? Watch me try and learn it. I'm just starting off. I think people appreciate that. Just be yourself. You know, don't make stuff up online. You know, just do what you do and video it, and the right people will start finding you after a while. I mean, I'm not by any means a massive creator, but I'd rather have a small following of people who actually like my stuff and talk to me and stuff like that than have a massive monster following of people who never actually say anything. Yeah, I've done a few actually. Get yourself a blowtorch, burn the wood until it's black, and sand the life out of it. Here we go. We'll cough again. I need to get a bottle of water. Yeah, sand the life out of it. You can also make a thing called an ebonizing solution. It works really well on oak. And what you do is you get wire wool and vinegar. Look it up. And you put the wire wool in the vinegar, and it melts the wire wool over a few days, and you get what's called an ebonizing solution. And when you paint it on things like oak, it makes the oak go, well, ebony, sort of like a dark brown. But that's one way of making things go black. Unless you like to spend loads of money on some teak. Oh. Oh yeah, sweet, yeah, cool, Badger. I'll go and have a look. Can you make a black card design? I don't know what you mean, dude. Ebonized wood. There we go. Yeah, look, there you go. Chips has said it. Ebonizing fluid solution. Also, do you know the legality of carrying knives while in the woods? I carry a little open blade, tiny little thing without a lock on it, because it can't lock and it's got to be under 3 inches to legally be able to carry it around in a public place in like the woods and stuff like that. But if you're going somewhere to specifically do bushcraft, you can take a knife with you because you actually have a reason to use it. But I do it on private land, so I've got a 43-inch bolo machete that I use for coppicing and chopping down brambles and stuff like that. But I only use that when I'm on my mate's woods. I wouldn't want to get it out in a public place because big trouble. Don't cut cans with knives. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a really good carbon steel blade, I mean, it's not really going to make too much of a difference. But I just don't like it. The sound is just it's horrible. I'll just wing it. My plan to. Thank you for the advice, man. Sending love from Stoke. Awesome, man. Awesome. Your shorts kill me. Cheers, bud. I had someone having a go at me on one of my things last night. I think someone reported his comment because it disappeared. But they were like, "Oh, you're stealing other people's content," and and pop having a go at me. I said, "Look, I'm not stealing their content. These are if I knew who the creator was, I'd tag them in the video. I'd put their name at the top, like I did with Nico Outdoors. I'd done one of his videos and I put his name right at the top and said, go and check out his videos. But these videos I'm commenting on aren't the same people. I don't know if you noticed. 1 minute it'll be a bird, then it'll be a bloke, then it'll be a different bloke. And what it is on TikTok is people get hold of these video clips and they mash them all together, and then they just repost them and repost them and repost them. And there's thousands of them everywhere. It drives me up the wall. And it's not the original content creator. If it was the original creator, I'd put them up in the top of the thing. And they go, "Oh, you've stolen it." I was like, "I'm not stolen it. It's a duet on TikTok. If you don't want people to duet you, you turn your duets off." But all I'm doing is clicking the duet button, and I'm commenting on their videos. I'm not stealing anything. It's on a public forum, and I'm not doing it to get big or trying to get loads of subs and all this stuff. I'm doing it because I like doing it. I think it's amusing, and the actual bushcraft survival tips they do are just silly, like bloody Blue Peter chopping up cans and cardboard sort of thing, you know. Just drives me nuts. Can I colour one black and yellow? I don't know about yellow. Might be able to stain it with something. Might be able to make a natural wood stain. Maybe use turmeric. I know a lot of people. It's called sampling the music. Yeah, exactly. I know a lot of people when they do like calligraphy and stuff like that, they actually rub turmeric into the grooves, and it gives it sort of like a yellow hue. But I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I think with that one. Yeah, what's going on with some of them? They must be freezing. Yeah, I know. Attention! Smuggling peanuts, isn't it? Where are you taking those peanuts? Why are you hiding them down the top? Some wood's yellow anyway. It is, yeah. Some wood has a yellow hue to it. I'm actually colourblind, so it's hard for me. I wouldn't be able to tell you what one. All different woods, different colours. I mean, you know, you can stain stuff anyway. I'm not a fan of using wood stain. I prefer the natural look of the wood, like this spalted spoon. You know, where all the fungus is growing through it. It's got that natural colour to it. Why are you watching bushcraft? Quality. That's what my missus says. It's all for science. It's, you know, it's very scientific. I'm just analysing it. I might do. I want to do a. I might actually do it. It's just sort of in my head at the moment. But do like a spoof. You know what I mean? Put a wig on, a couple of balloons under the top. Be like, gonna do some bushcraft. She thought it was the intro. It's just a thirst trap, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's one of those things. I'll just say I'm genuinely watching it for the bushcraft. Except for that one with the bird with the absolute melons, man. There was one of her video where she's chopping a watermelon in half, and I was like, yes, this is comedy gold. This is absolutely perfect. And I couldn't duet it. I was like, that was really annoying. I couldn't do a comment on it. But anyway, people saying about people stealing people's content. If someone was like if I was making long videos and someone was chopping bits out and then reposting them, I'd be like, quality, man. It's just free advertising. You know, people are going to see that little short that you've made of one of my videos, and then they're going to go, oh, let's check this bloke out. What's his name? And they come and find me. As I said, you should start doing it too. Gets money, and that's my missus keeps going. Should we do some bushcraft videos? But you can get your bazookas out and wander around the forest. I'll get the brim of his hat. Yeah, I did actually do one about a year ago, I think it was, while I'm walking through the woods, and I'm like foraging, and I find a pack of bacon, and I'm like, yes, bacon. So here we go. This is what you can find in the woods. And then I find me and my mate went to a farm shop on the way to his woods, and he bought a massive box of quail's eggs, and I was like, yes, quality. So I'll find these quail's eggs, and then but I did actually cook them properly, because, like, you know, you see people like boiling eggs in cans and stuff like that. If you make a fire, when it's died down a bit and it's just coals, scrape the coals back. You'll have a load of hot ash, like a pile of hot ash, and just put the egg in it. And it'll cook. It takes a bit longer than boiling, probably about 8 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. But it will cook, and they taste really, really nice. They taste better than when you boil them. Cost of living and all that, exactly. So one of my mates, his missus sells pictures of her feet on the internet, and she made like 40 grand one year. It's mad, man. What design am I doing? I'm doing, the missus wanted me to do a Christmas elf, so I'm just doing a rough. When you start off, you just got to try and get the basic shape. So what I'll do is I'll get the hat, the nose, cheeks, and the beard, and the mouth. And then what I'll do is I'll bring the cheeks right down. So he's got a, so his nose sticks out. Then I'll carve his nose so it's a bit more pointy. I just left it bulbous at the moment. Then I'll put some cheeks in, here and here, once I've carved it down. And then I'll chisel out this bit even more, so he's got more of a face. Then the beard will be sticking out a lot bigger than the face, and so will the nose. The hat, I'll dig slightly underneath, so he's got sort of like a brim on his hat. And the beard, I'll just chisel loads of lines in it to make a lot of the hair. But this was an axe handle that I was making, and I put the axe head on the top where I cut the top, and I was like, yeah, that'll do. That's going to look good. And as I was trying to wiggle it off, it just snapped off in my hands, and I was like, well, I'm glad that happened when it did. But it's spalted, unfortunately. It's got a big spalt line running down the middle of it, so it's actually rotten in the middle. It's not rotten, but it's not strong enough to hold an axe head on. You want to see me axe? I can go and get my axe. I made it. Well, I didn't make the actual axe head. It's a Kent pattern style axe head. But I wonder if my microphone will go off if I go out into the shed. I'll have to warm it. Now I lent my mate my sharpening stones, so I can't really put a decent edge on it. But that's cool and funny. But there we go. There's the. I'll give it a bit of a burn with the old blowtorch. But what will happen with that is it will wear in and it won't look so patchy. Once it's worn in, it'll get a nice dark hue to it. I need to put another layer of oil on that. It needs a blooming good sharpen. It's sharpish. It's sharp enough to start cut down a small tree, but the chair looks like a door. Well, the one I'm sitting on. But yeah, that's the stinks of linseed oil. But it's good enough to sharpen things up with. But I won't be doing any carving with it yet. Maybe. Well, I'm saying it's not that sharp. I could actually do some carving with it. Maybe. That axe looks sharp. There's sharp and then there's sharp. It's sharpish. What you want it to be is sharp enough to shave with. If you're using an axe, especially a light one like this, you want it nice and. But it's got a bit of an edge on it. Now, what I could do is I could get some wet and dry paper, put it on a chunk of wood, and sharpen it with wet and dry paper, and it'll get really, really, really sharp. I might do that actually. But it's a really, really old axe head. I can't even see a maker's mark on it anymore. It's worn off. And you can tell it's hand forged as well by the hammer marks in it. Only thing that annoys me is when people use metal hammers on the back of axe heads and you get that burring. But I'm going to leave that because I think it'll look too shiny if I grind it off. But you know, when they put an axe head, instead of using something like this to hammer it through, they get a big metal hammer and just beat the crap out of it, and it all burrs up. It's sharpish. It's not like proper razor, and it needs to be razor because I'm going to be carving. This is what I made it for. I'm going to be carving with it. I put an extra long handle on it. I don't know why, because I'll literally only be holding it there when I'm carving. But well, that there, where it's balanced, about there. Yeah, the balance is about there. So that's where I'll be holding it. My favourite wood for mallets, well, I normally make them out of ash, but they don't last long because, as I say, I always end up smacking bits of metal with them, so I'll break them to pieces. But beech is good. Beech is quite tough. So anything with a bit of weight in it. I've got a big chunk of oak in the shed. I might make one out of oak at some point. Anything really. I've got a lump of hazel out there. It looks like a beaver's chewed on it, and that's the one I use for whacking in wedges with. I see one of those bushcraft videos, and I mean, fair enough. Like, the bloke makes a hammer, but I said, like, in a survival bushcrafty situation, you're probably better off just making yourself a club and using that. It'll last longer. Hornbeam. Oh yeah, hornbeam, man. Yeah, hornbeam's solid, isn't it? That is a very, very tough piece of wood. My mate actually picked up a piece of green heart off the beach, what they make the groins out of, the breakwaters, and he tried to make a shelf out of it. And he's like, it was snapping my drill bits. He goes, what sort of wood do you reckon it is? And I looked at it and I said, that's green heart, mate. That's like one of the hardest woods on the planet. It's like a tropical hardwood. You need like carbide tools to get through that. It's no wonder it mullered your drill bits. He goes, I got there in the end, but it just completely smashed everything to pieces. I was like, yeah, it's like trying to drill through steel. It's so dense. It's like the old that Australian wood. Ironwood, toughest in Europe. Yeah. Green heart's a tropical one, and it's so tough. I don't know how they work it. Well, I suppose they use carbide tools on it, but I mean, my gouges and stuff wouldn't make a dent in it. I remember my mate had a big chunk of green heart years ago. He was a carpenter, and he gave me an axe, a fairly sharp axe. And he said, "Try and cut through that." I was like, "Yeah, easy, mate." Whacking it, and it was just denting it, man. I was like, "How?" I'm just about to go to the hardware shop. What's enough to get myself a bit of spiral pattern, please? Well, if you've got the wood already, just get yourself a nice little knife. Basically, that's what I cut the spiral patterns with, and a pencil. That's all I use. I use Oh, Badger and the Woodsman likes these as well. They're brilliant little knives. They hold such a sharp edge on them. Something like this. Just a little, oh, it's gone a bit rusty. Bloody hell. Ah, yes. I was using, oh no, it's not rust, it's pork. Let's get a bit of leather and see if that's, I was chopping up a bit of pork with it. Open out the nuts, exactly, man. They are really, really good. They hold such a good edge on them. Yeah, that's coming off. That's just a bit of pork residue. I was using it for chopping up. I've got a joke. Go on, then. What's your joke? Don't say you. Can I say it? Yeah, it depends if it's really, really offensive or not. Not for my benefit, but for your benefit, because I know YouTube don't like stuff like that. Yeah, open L. I always say open L. Get yourself a piece of leather to sharpen it with. If it's already sharp, you don't need to use stones on it. I see a lot of people butchering their knives when they don't need to. Just needs a bit of a hone. It'll get it'll cut through nice. Nice one, thank you. That's all I use. Obviously, I'll start off with a piece of coppice, so it's already round. And if it's not round, you can carve it round. It takes a bit longer. Need a bigger bit of paper, really. I haven't got any. But yeah, these are really, really decent knives, man. Really good. I wasn't sure what colour. Quality. Did you know that Swedish battleships have barcodes on the sides of them? They do, yeah, seriously. So for when they go into port, they can scan the Navy and need to take a few days to sharpen everything. I've been lazy recently. It's alright being lazy every now and again, man. I lent my mate my whetstones, so when they come back, that axe is going to be about as sharp as this knife. I do like a dad joke. My throat is itching today. Damp weather, don't help. It's been raining as well. It's finally actually rained. It's been very, very, very dry recently. Well, what time is it? I've been on for an hour already. I was meant to be making a Christmas album. I'll do him when I'm. I work better on carving when I'm like listening to things or watching somebody else's video in the background. I'll get on with it more. I'll definitely finish it up later. I still haven't finished sanding the spoon off. Terrible, really. Just needs a little bit more sanding done. It's done to here. It's also flat on my stones. Oh yeah. Put me on the tool to do that. Like a chasing stone. I mean, I've got one with my whetstone, so I don't know if you can. I don't know if you probably can buy them. It's like a chasing stone basically, and it's like a really hard piece of stone with lines cut into it. And it's like a cheese grater basically. You just rub it back and forwards on your stones, and it grinds off all the excess bits and flattens your stones back out for you, depending on what stones they are. I mean, this one will be harder to flatten. That's an oil stone, but this is a very, very, very smooth oil stone. It's got barely any grit to it, so this is for like fine tuning. This is probably the only stone I'd use on my open nail knife, other than using a leather strop, or maybe some really, really fine sandpaper. Yeah, they're on eBay. Oh, sweet. Yeah. I'm not too sure what they're called. I think they're called chasing stone. Put my training out in detail. Didn't have a look on it. It's kind of dangerous. Really uncomfortable. Grabbed enough tang. Oh yeah, sweet mate. Yeah. Cool. Nice. That thermoplastic, man. It's well handy. Mine's got a lock on it. I couldn't get one without one. I was just like, if I'm using it for carving, it's got to have some sort of stability to it. Otherwise, you know, it can be pretty dangerous. Cause you all sorts of problems. Slice your fingers up. I just remember having one of these when I was a kid, and they were just so good. And I was like, recently, I wonder if I could carve, make a ceramic plate. Got some design woods here. Okay, bud. I used to design. Okay, cool. I'm rubbish at designing things. I'm just going for the carve. And remember, when you're carving as well, stop every now and again and look at it from all angles, because it's a 3D object, and it might look good from that angle when you're carving it. When you lift it up, you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? So every now and again, stop, have a look, have a butcher's about. Another thing I do a lot of is I feel it as well. Got a dodgy left eye, so I've got like fuzz. My blood pressure got too high and it popped all the blood vessels in the eye, so it's really blurry that eye. But sort of on the verge of having a stroke, but not. But I feel things, especially when I'm carving spoons, because you want to get them the same thickness all the way around. And I use more, if you see me carving spoons, you'll see me like holding it and moving my fingers like there. That bit there needs a little bit of shaving off on the inside because it's slightly thicker than the rest of it. But you can get a good feel. You get a good feel of what you're making. You can check the distance as well between the spirals and stuff like that. I like to stick my side of my thumb in there, which is a bit annoying because I stuck a gouge in it a few years back and I've sort of lost the feeling in it now. But oh, pardon me. But with my spoons, they slightly get bigger. The spiral slightly gets bigger and bigger as it goes down to the bottom. Well, depending on the spoon I'm making, these ones are pretty equal-ish. For that one, if I can run my thumb down it, it's good as gold. Lots of feeling. You feel it better than see it. Yeah, 100%, man. All day long. All day long. Just got to give it a good... definitely. You can feel if it's smooth as well. That's another thing. Can you tell me some tools that you should use to make a good design? What, like doing something like that? Or doing like spirals. If it's carving a spoon, you only really need 2 tools, and that's a knife and a crook knife. If you're going to carve faces, you're going to need at least a U-shaped gouge, carpentry gouge, and a V-shaped carpentry gouge. So that's pretty much all I need. I've got all different sizes of U-shaped gouges. I've got bent ones for carving bowls and all these different gouges and stuff in my toolbox. And the only ones I really use are that old antique one and a V gouge. Like a wooden spoon you made. Yeah, I'll show you what you need to make a wooden spoon. You can actually pick them up. It'll probably cost you about 30 quid all in all. I mean, sometimes I cheat and use my gouge to do the spoon, but I always finish it off with a crook knife. But you get different size crook knives as well and whatnot. I'll have to see that marble. What, the thing with the marble goes out? But these you can pick up off of Amazon. Why is it grease all over that? Oh, I suppose it does help having grease on there. It's a bit rusty. Bloody condensation's got to it. Not a very sharp one, but this is one of these little Mora, little knife, big handle on it for carving. Nice and thick and sturdy. It'll take some punishment, that knife. It's got quite a thick spine on it. A lot thicker than the open L, but the open L is more for detail. That's why I got that. This one's I need to get my whetstones back so I can put a decent edge back. So one of those little spoon knife, and then a crook knife, which is basically a bent knife. Basically one of those. And the way you use that is get a piece of wood. It's like an ice cream scoop. This is oak, so it's incredibly tough, but you just carve it out. No, I actually have that. Awesome, man. Yeah, the old crook knives, man. They're pucker. They're a bugger to sharpen, but if you get like a wooden dowel and put some wet and dry paper around it, you can sharpen the inside of it. Well, a butter knife. kind of works. I'll tell you what does work if you want to make a crook knife. Old spanners. Get a spanner, you know, the ones with the hex, the round bit at the bottom, and get a file and sharpen that up, and you can make a crook knife. It's obviously like that, but a full circle. But they make really, really good crook knives, especially if it's an old one that's decent still. Just put it in a vise and file the life out of it. You can make yourself a crook knife out of it, and then obviously cut the other end off and make a handle. And they work really, really well. I might actually make one. I've got a couple in the cupboard. I don't really use spanners for anything. I've got drill bit with ratchet set and all that. So, but yeah, spanners, old spanners. You can literally carve out with a, you know, the old file, something like that, and then finish it off with a round file. Sounds like a good project. Yeah, man. I might actually make one. I think just for giggles. But yeah, if it's decent enough still, and if it's not, you can always heat it up and harden it a bit. Just give it a bit of toughness. But they work really, really well. I've seen a lot of people make them out of those. But the old crook knife gives you after a while it'll make your hands like sandpaper. But yeah, old spanners, man. Old spanners. Sharpen up the inside until it makes a decent blade. You can do one-sided blade or a double-sided blade, and they work really, really well as crook knives. That's a good way to make a homemade one. I've never done it myself, but I've seen people do it. Monkey face one. 2011. Yeah, was designing the basket. Oh, okay, awesome, man. Sweet as a nut, man. Can't bring anything out of my throat. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, sweet as a nut. I remember my mate ordering a big burl off the internet to make a guitar with years ago. That was cool. I'm definitely going to make some jewelry out of the antler. But my next main project is flint knapping. Maybe a sharp spoon. Maybe it just depends on how hard the steel is. You know, if the steel's good enough, you can sharpen up the edge of a spoon, bend the spoon up to a certain angle, sharpen the life out of it, and use it to scoop. That'll work. Old like an ice cream scoop, but for wood. Depending on how soft the wood is or hard the wood is, has to be pretty sharp. Kind of funny. Yeah, I bet it is, man. I bet it is, but it's cool. I bet that's cool, man. Right, what time are we on? Because I need to. Yeah, it's nearly 11 o'clock, guys. Right, I need to go. I've got some stuff to sort out, and I'll probably be back on this evening once I've done. I'll go out in the garden and sort my elf out, and then trim up the piece of wood so it looks all right. I might try and make a couple of tiny little ones that I can hang off the Christmas tree. Take care. Oh, thanks for the coffee. Yeah, no worries, geezer. See you later, Badger. I'll check out your video. I'll leave a comment on there if I know what mushroom it is. From what you said, it sounds like a horse fungus or hoof fungus. They're called. I'll be able to tell. If it is, I'll be able to tell it's a hoof fungus. But if it's not a hoof fungus, I'll be like. But yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for talking to me and all that. It's been awesome. There's a video on me making this coming up, but I'm going to wait a few days before I post it. And yeah, but cheers, guys. It's always good. Like the company. Oh, I tried pickaxe making. No, I haven't. No, I've never really needed a pickaxe. I've years ago, my mate, he never gave it to me in the end, but he was going to give me an old mat hook that I was going to turn one side into an axe and then the other side into a adze, but I never got round to it. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your day and have fun and look after yourself.